Hello, everybody, and welcome to HEX Crypto Sparbook Show. 1 week went by, a lot of things were going on in our US road trip tour, but a lot of things happened also in crypto with HEX, and a little bit we can talk about Pulse Chain as well. But first, we're going to talk about our US road trip tour. Patrick, how's it going for you?
Yeah, hello everybody. Nice to see you all. I hope everybody had a great time this week. Nobody is crying too much when it looks at the hex price. I hope everybody is staked and still earns nice hex rewards by just being staked. Just chill it out, the little dip we have, like we always had it. And today we are going to talk news of the tour, some pulse chain, and of course, as everybody wants to have it, let's talk about the hex prize in the end as well.
So the first thing that I want to show is here in Chicago, we met Johnny Chaos, and this was so cool. Johnny Chaos invited us to his house and showed us what he's working in his day job, and then later on we went to a little restaurant which he organized. So this is the first picture I want to show you. So let me put up the screen share. Here we go. Patrick and I
Yeah.
with Johnny Chaos and his legendary dragon. It was so cool to see that in action. And then later on with the night and the flames are coming out of the mouth. So cool. So in this event there, just a pre-event pretty much we had with Johnny Chaos, a lot of Hexicans already showed up. One of them was Habibi Hex. So what we are doing is we have a lot of Hex merch, right? So we give it out to the Hexicans that want it. And Habibi Hex here, for example, took a lot of business cards and put it up in his work. So people can now take business cards of Hex in Chipotle. Some were here in Chicago, which I think is amazing. Thank you, Habibi Hex, for your work.
Yeah, we are trying to spread our merch as good as possible. It works great. People are always taking some business cards or some stickers or some pens and spread them out, and it works pretty good. We
And
are glad to have such a awesome community. You know that they really care and really try.
so whenever we do a meetup or a workshop, we try to give the people as much Hex merch as possible, and then we tell them to also put that Hex merch somewhere else, so we can just scale what we are doing. This is so important. And while we are talking about scaling here, hey, you guys, we need your help making this workshop a success. So please give us a like, give us a subscription, and also click the bell, because we're a little bit unregular here with the Crypto Sparbook because we are on the road and we have to stream a little bit irregular. But let's go on with the next day then.
Yeah. So on the next day,
What you see here is the Crypto Sparbook basketball game that we attended. So Patrick, tell us more about that.
yeah. So Thursday this week, we attended a high professional basketball game, the Chicago Bulls versus the New York Knicks, and it was actually the first time that I have seen such a high professional basketball game live, and it was an awesome experience. We had a penthouse suite up there in the top section of the stadium, overlooking the whole stadium, as you can see there on the Twitter picture. And the best thing happened in the halftime. So what happened in the halftime,
Man,
Alan?
the halftime was amazing. So Kaylin organized everything, right? So she made it
Yeah, yeah.
possible.
Shout out to Black Hexicans.
Shout out to Black Hexicans. Thanks for everything you do. So she made it possible that there was a Hex.com US 555 tour on the big screen in the middle of the stadium. Everybody saw it. And when the Hex.com went on, our booth was entirely screaming. Everybody was looking up, hey, what is going on there? It was so funny. And then, of course, we put it in Twitter as well. If you have not seen it yet, go to abit_hex and like and retweet what do you see here right now on the screen share, because this for me is the original marketing that hex.com is doing. In the past we saw it already in soccer games, right? Now we brought it to America too.
To basketball as well. Yes.
So then the next day was amazing too. We on the next day we had the workshop, and the workshop was the biggest success we had so far. Almost all seats were filled, and I think we had like 50 or 60 people coming, right?
Yeah. It was a total success again here in Chicago. Thanks to all the people here in Chicago who helped us without doing any further marketing besides our social media presence. They helped us a lot to spread the word and to bring people. So we had a full room yesterday, and we had a lot of cool people there. So Maddie was there. Shout out to him as well, as you can see on the pictures with the DeLorean. David will tell you a nice story about the car, and then we had also Sarah from the Highest of Stakes team on at the workshop as well. Also, nice talk with her and good conversation we had, like how we can spread the word more, how we can connect each other even better. And it's always a nice meetup between OGs, Hexicans who are newer to the system, and completely new people.
And here you see an OG posing in front of the car. And you guys, let me tell you, I thought we would have the coolest cars on the road. The R8 wrapped in hex, right? The pull chain car, really cool as well. But actually, the only car that matters for the people is the DeLorean. The people are talking so much about that car. This is why it's so amazing that Maddie brought that car with him. It's really an eye catcher, and I'm so excited to have Maddie on the road with us, because the first thing that I always ask the people is, how did you find out about the workshop? How did you find out about the meeting? And in the past, they were always saying, yeah, Freedom TV, of course. And now, from yesterday, I have the feeling most of the people came to the workshop because of Maddie Allen. He posted it in his live streams, talked about it. So a lot of people came. So thank you, Maddie, for that. It is awesome what kind of cross promotion we are able to pull off.
Yeah, and we hope to see the DeLorean as much as possible in the next months of our tour.
Yeah, I have the feeling the DeLorean will be with us a lot of times in the future. So let's go on. Then we had the workshop, and what will we do? Always do in the workshops or after the meetups, we bring the people with us to our Airbnb or to the restaurant. So yesterday we went to a steakhouse, and a lot of people came with us from the workshop. And here you see us. This is the second table we got. We got also another one where the team was sitting. Here we were concentrating on all our guests, so we can have a lot of discussions with them. It was amazing. And this is the reason why we do the tour, right? To connect with the
Yes.
Hexicans.
Yeah. That's the main reason, or that's the main reason why we are doing it, because we came here the first time to the meetup hosted by Media as well in Las Vegas in end of June, and there we got to meet such a great group of people, like-minded people. And already there a lot of people said, yeah, if you're coming to this state or this state, then come by and let's come by at my house or whatever. And so we decided, okay, let's go back to America and drive around. And then with the help of Freedom TV, it became such a big thing, and without a big planning in front ahead or something like that, we are just doing it and just be on the road. And it's always great. And this what comes back from the people, like this awesome thank yous that we came here, and uh, also the little groups who are coming out of our workshops in a lot of cities. I already noticed that people are connecting within the workshop and creating, for example, a local group, like the Denver Hexicans or the Salt Lake City Hexicans or the Chicago Hexicans and so on.
That would be amazing if you could make chapters in every single city, like chapter Chicago of Hexa, for example. In this picture that you see right here, I already see 6 people that will go to Vegas. You just mentioned Vegas, that it sparked our
Yeah.
interest in doing that workshop. And so I am really tell everybody to come to Vegas, because there you connect with people, and then I think your life can change because of that, because you get more input from other Hexicans, more ideas what to do in the future. And I tell everybody to come to Vegas. It will be an amazing event, and Maddie is putting a lot of effort in it. It will be in March 6th to 9th, right?
Yes.
So everybody go to
Now
hex.vegas.
hexconference.com it is. It's hexconference.com.
But I'm pretty sure hex.vegas also still works.
It's hexpo.vegas, not only
Yes, you're
hex.vegas.
right. Hexpo.vegas, but hexconference.com is the best way to get tickets. So if you want to meet with us, for example, in the meetups, workshops, and maybe later on go to after parties or restaurant like you see it, here is your opportunity. What you see right now is the meetup in Indianapolis that we have. It is in 120 South Meridian Street in Indianapolis. So it is from 6 to 10 p.m. and we're just going to do a casual meetup here. If there are a lot of people, though, we always like to do our workshops as well, right?
That's for sure, yeah. And what we can always do is create smart wallets for free. So there is no need for you if you want to get into the best wallet option we have, the Staker app Gnosis Safe, the smart wallet. Then please come to the meetup and then let's do wallet creation for free.
You know, we are OGs, and a lot of OGs have not set up the smart wallet yet, but just used it to visualize their stakes, which is totally fine. I did that in the past too. But now, since I'm using Staker app, I just see it is so much easier to use than MetaMask, and this is why I love it. You guys know me. I have a staking ladder for my birthday. My birthday was 3 weeks ago, so I just ended a couple of stakes. But because I did not want to pay as much of high gas fees, I went down to 45 Gwei, and this transaction never got filled. I was not able to unstake my hex because of the low gas that I choose. Something like that could not happen in Staker app, right?
That's correct. So the Staker app, when you're a user of the Staker app, the functions of the app make sure that each and every transaction will go through, and you also get a warning when when the fees are pretty high, that you might want to wait longer and come back later in order to not overpay.
Often I see the Hexicans OGs in the meetup or the workshop not setting up their Staker wallet, and then I tell them what a good experience I got from that, and it's now really easy to onboard your friends and family if you have some Hex on your Staker smart wallet. But how did we get to that topic? It is because of the Indianapolis meetup. If you would like to come, here's your chance. It is on the, I don't see the date yet. Do you?
The
November 2nd. There,
Yeah,
now I
it's
see it.
yeah,
It's in the
yeah,
in the
it's
pink box there. So Indianapolis is next, but after Indianapolis, because this is just a meetup,
Tuesday.
we
Yeah,
also have a workshop in Columbus,
yeah,
and
in the
I
end of the
guess
week.
Columbus gonna be huge again as well. So let us talk about this workshop here in Columbus. Here we do it a little bit different. We have from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. We have a social hour where we just hang out and talk hacks, and then from 3 o'clock we start the workshop, and afterwards we always go to restaurants as well. So we have a lot of fun. Please come and bring your friends and family. This is so important.
Yeah, I have nothing to add here.
And then the last thing before we end up talking about our road trip tour is the post that Richard made. I think it was so funny when the Economist made this title here, down the rabbit hole, and Richard Hart just said, "Well, all the crypto is going down the rabbit hole, and what is the rabbit hole? The rabbit hole is the pull chain sacrifice." So let us start talking about what is going on in Hex and pull chain. I see a lot of is going on in the chat. If you have questions, please ask them in the chat now, and then we can discuss them in our live stream here. So the first thing that we have to discuss, of course, is what is going on with Hex. But I also remember we want to talk about pull chain. So what topic would you like to discuss first?
I would say let's talk about Pulse Chain first, and because what we never did since the testnet, it's already live since a few weeks. We never showed you like how to do it or how to use the Pulse Chain testnet or like what. Let's have a look what you can already see there and so on. So I would say we bring up the screen share of my laptop.
Yeah, give me a sec.
No, it's already there. And then I open up my MetaMask. Guys, first and foremost, I would like to mention that you can always use this stuff with a new MetaMask, with a completely new private key, with a dummy MetaMask, that you don't use your main accounts here. Here, as you can see, I also use a test account. I'm not connected here, so first I will connect. Now I'm active here. Perfect. And this site, faucet, mint.testnet.pulsechain.com. Please, somebody write it in the in the chat as well. Here you can mint one free test pulse per request or per day. And what is also nice about this site is with one click you get connected with the pulse chain network, so you don't need to do it manually. So I just click it here once, my MetaMask opens up. Can we see that? Yeah, we can
Yes.
see that. And then we have already here a network name, Pulse Chain Testnet, with the right URL, with the right chain ID, and with the right currency symbol and the block explorer URL. And then I just scroll down and approve it. And I can already just say switch network. So I switch the network and I go on request. Okay, it's already requested. No, because I did the same thing. Shit. I would need. I thought I can do it with a different address here on the English live stream, but we just streamed in the German language, and I showed it that you can put a request here. But you see, you have exceeded the rate limit. Please wait 22 hours before you try again. So what I will do right now, I will switch back to the onboarding account, because here I already minted one test pulse for free before in the German live stream. So when you do it here and you click request, you will get one test pulse here into your MetaMask if you uh, are here in the Pulse Chain testnet. So here we have now Ethereum mainnet, Pulse Chain testnet. Um, Basically, if you're not a developer, you can not do much with this test pulse, and it's you could send it to another address if you want to. And now let's move on. What other sites there are already where you can have a look at some things? So one thing we have here is scan.pulsechain.com, which is like the ether scan of the pulse chain, or will be the pulse chain scan. And here we see like the total transactions, the total block. Yeah, now it's the update. It was like it was over 10 million already. um the total transactions, the total blocks, and here you see it's still indexing, so the some counts might be inaccurate actually. So it's still a test net, it's still like testing. And here you see like the blocks running. And what you can also do, you can search your address, for example, just copy it out of your MetaMask and paste it in there, only the public address. And I hope this is loading, or it takes some time. Any questions
Take some time. Well,
for in regards to that from the chat?
not in regards of the pulse chain testnet, but of course about the price and how low hex can go. We will discuss that later
Yeah.
on in the stream. Right now, we concentrate on pulse chain here.
Yeah, so here what I would like to show you, when I minted this one test pulse, you see it like here about less than 2 hours ago in the German live stream. And have still here like not the right user interface. It still says Ether instead of Pulse. But what is really interesting here is the transaction fee. And the transaction fee is also Pulse. So don't mistake, it will be Pulse. No, there are no ease fees on the Pulse chain. Yeah, just to get that right. Even if we have user interface errors here, this should be named Pulse. And then we have a transaction fee of 0.0000, so 4 zeros and 21 Pulse. What that means is that we have not only less than a penny of transaction fees on the Pulse chain, it's like less than a penny with 4 to 5 zeros in between. Yeah. So even if the Pulse chain network makes a 10,000x overnight, the fees will still be under a penny, guys. And as the fee structure is way more efficient on the Pulse chain, as it is on the Ethereum blockchain, we will have no issues at all with scaling on the Pulse chain.
Well, you already answered my question here. I was about to ask, well, Patrick, when I started with Hex 1.5 years ago, the fees were really, really low. It was a fraction of a penny to start a stake, to end a stake, and so on. So those scaling problems that Ethereum has right now, we will not see in the future with Pulse. Richard Hart said he has three things going on in order to scale the blockchain, right?
Yeah, but at first we fill up the blockchain and then we care about further scaling. And we can fill it up already, like now, more than Ethereum. Why is that? Because we have a 3x or 4x block time increase. So it's a 4-second block times, and that's already like more efficient and more space there in order to fill it with transactions.
Well, the test now started a couple of weeks ago. Since then, everything is going smoothly. Patrick, what is the list that needs to happen before we can start with Pulse
We need a front end for go.hex.com for the Pulse chain. We need the validator system running. There I can also show you the next slide. This will be, yeah. Then the next thing what we need to see is the the decentralized exchanges on the Pulse chain network. And the fourth thing what is needed would be the bridge between Ethereum and Pulse chain.
And this, what you were talking about, these are the essential that we need in order to launch with Pulse. My guess is that Richard is not working on that at all, but the devs are, right? Richard is on the road, so I have the feeling it is just a matter of time when Richard decides, okay, now we have everything going on, everything is perfect, now we can launch. So let's see when this fork will happen. What is your estimation, when just your gut feelings, when this will happen?
And when Pulse chain goes live,
Yes.
I hope this year, but the longer it takes, the better it will be.
So now people are not too interested in Pulse anymore because there's just not much going on
Mhm.
besides the testnets and besides whatever you were showing us just a couple of minutes ago. So we have somebody here who is saying, you guys, the price of Hex does not matter at all. We are all staked anyway. So why are we talking about that much? Well, it is because a lot of people, a lot of new people are coming in and they just bought Hex, let's say 2 weeks ago. So Patrick, you already have the screen share in the background here. We will now
Yeah,
start
but
talking about the hex price.
should we?
But before we do that, exactly, we would also like to show you a little bit about our workshops. So we just give you a 5 minute preview of what we do in the workshops and discuss 4 charts. So Patrick, we will put on this screen share. Let's start talking about hex here.
Yeah, so our workshop is about to how to be your own bank, and the four main topics we present in our workshop is who we are, then why should the audience, why should the people look into Hex, then we have the Staker app, the smart wallet creation, the like working part of the workshop, and after that, after the smart wallets got created, or during they are like in the creation in the background, after the people made like their 3 steps of in order to create that, we talk about staking and what it is and what are beneficial staking strategies. And now we would like just show you a little bit what we do in the why hex section. You might know all that, just the key points of why hex. And what we do show after that are just 4 slides from hexgraphs.com. That's also a nice tool to onboard new people, guys. If you don't want to show your private wallet, for example, just go to hexgraphs.com, look through the graphs, and just think about, okay, what would be cool to show somebody who is new, and then you can just download the picture, and they will the charts are updated by hexgraphs regularly, sorry. And those charts are what we are using in our workshops too, because they are really great and you can show a lot of things in there. So we start with outperforming every market, because even with the recent dip, we are still better than outperforming the rest of the crypto market and even the legacy finance market.
Well, yeah, the legacy finance market, you don't barely see it at all, the S&P 500 down there, because Hex is just outperforming everything so much. But I think the next chart is even more exciting.
Yes, so what we show here is that Hex outperforms Bitcoin and Ethereum, but what we also show here is the timeline of like how early you are still, because Bitcoin did a 6.5 million X in the course of 12 years, and as the crypto market is way more mature right now as it was in the beginning of Bitcoin, where nobody knew anything about blockchain or crypto, I think the market will grow faster in the future, and Hex, as you can see, is definitely on track to also reach those 6.5 million X, and I'm pretty sure that Hex might reach it faster than Bitcoin.
I believe so too, since we know the only thing that matters for price is buying and selling. And this is true for every asset in the world, for gold, for Bitcoin, and also for Hex. But in Hex, we have this beautiful game theory with the staking, right? Where we stake our Hex and we do not sell it. And what happens when people do not sell the asset, but new people come in because they are seeking yield and also buy Hex in the future? The price goes up 10,000x. I think it's so beautiful that Hex was designed to do 10,000x in 2.5 years, and we just reached that 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, right? And even
4 months ago, yeah.
outperformed Richard's expectation of the price rise in Hex. So yeah, I'm with you here. I think Hex will also outperform Bitcoin in the future and will do the 6.5 million X even in a shorter period of time. So I'm really excited when I'm seeing that chart. But let's go on with the next one.
Yeah, the next one is Hex Shines, Others Fail, where we just show how awesome it is to have 100% uptime. Unlike a lot of other things on the crypto market, who are like failing left and right, Hex had zero fails, 100% uptime, and no admin keys, which means that you are your own bank. You are just interacting with finished code. Nobody can ever change the code how it is written, and there is no middleman involved, so you are the only owner of your money.
And then with this chart, we also talk about other projects, how they have admin keys, how the founders of other blockchains regularly turn off the blockchain so the users cannot interact with this blockchain anymore. It happens really, really often, but never has anything happened like this in Hex just because we do not have admin keys. And I think this is so important. But the most interesting chart, Patrick, is what we had yesterday for the first time in the workshop. Hex dipped a couple of like a lot of percent in the last couple of days. So let us talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about the topic where most of the audience is interested in. Let's talk about the Hex price. What we show here is high interest at a discount, and it shows like all the dips of the Hex history, and it shows like after each and every dip, Hex made a new all-time high. But let's have a look like into those dips. So in the very beginning, we had a really harsh drop of over 80%, and you know, up here at the first day of Hex, everybody wanted to have it, and then just barely a month later, nobody wanted to have it anymore. And I still don't get it why, but it made up the opportunity for a little group of people who get in here in the bottom of Hex. And even a month later, we got another 72% dip. So a lot of people got it flooded out here in this area. Um, Sadly, actually, because from here to the next all-time high, Hex increased by 5,000%, not with a much with a big user base, yeah, because maybe that's the reason why we increased so much, because only true believers were into Hex at this time. Because here everybody who got in at the first few days, because those the first few days it actually started like this, we came from up there down here, because on the first day there was such a FOMO, fear of missing out going on. Everybody thought that the first day will be the best ever. Actually, it was the 33rd.
Yeah. Man, it hurt in the beginning when the price went down and down and down, and there was just buying, and then you just on the next day have less than before. It hurts. But when you understand t-shirts and when you understand you get more and more hacks every single day, those drops that Patrick are showing us right now, they don't hurt as much anymore.
Yeah, because after the turn down is over and we get to break even again, you have more money than before. Why? Because you were staked all the time. Then let's go on. After the run up in the first quarter of 2020, we got like a downturn summer. It was the longest bear market, so to speak, in Hex with 4 months, and it went down 68% to the lowest point, and it was like lower low, lower low, lower low, then like yay and no, lower low and lower low, and then we started the run up to the big payday. And here, what you see here in the 90 days, 86%, this was the big payday dip, where people got 30% more hacks overnight just by staking one day. And a lot of people sold it like immediately, and another group of people bought it up immediately. So you see like a huge wick down here. Um, I was buying in this dip.
So I'm looking for a specific chart right now
Ah, okay,
because
you're doing something else. Then I just continue here.
yes.
What we also see, we reached another new all-time high just 6 weeks after, another 96% drawdown in the months afterwards. Beginning of the month, it was January. And then we see here on this huge run up to the 56 cents, we had a correction of 45%, of 49%, of 63%. And now the chart is already like a few days old. It's already over 60%. But that's opportunity, guys. That's not like, oh, Hex is about to die right now. That's the biggest opportunity you can have right now. If you always started to buy Hex after it dipped 50%, you never waited a long time to reach your profit zone.
So, Patrick, before we look at the live chart, let us read the chat here for a little bit. Bird Sand is saying BTC is a breaking point for monthly close, should either break up or down. Well, yeah, this is a TA that I usually get from other YouTubers as well. Bitcoin can go up or down. We do not know where it's heading. But in Hex, we have the staking mechanism. We have charts to look at. So this is what we will do soon too. Marcavelli 23 is saying, show the T-shirt daily price, the daily payout chart. And this is what I want to do right now. I went to graphhex.com, and this is a
Hex graphs.
hexgraphs.com. Sorry, guys, but this is a beautiful site where you can get a lot of charts from. I advise everybody to go there because this is pretty much an onboarding tool that you can use. What you see here is the T-share payout and the dollar sum that you have when you're holding that T-share as well. What I want to show you is that if you hold a T-share, for this one T-share, you get about 6 hex right now, and you're just earning 6 hex daily for one T-share. But also the hex price is going up in value, and this is how you can achieve this white chart that you see here. Just be staked, be calm, and just know that you get more hex. And then whenever hex is rising in price and doing an all-time high, you are more richer than ever, which I think is beautiful. So Hex Monkey is saying, let's hope Hex goes up again for a break even at least. With pulls coming up, Hex price are totally unpredictable. So yeah, this is what we're gonna discuss next. Patrick, you already have TradingView up. Why are
Yes.
you using TradingView, by the way?
Mm, yeah, so in the past, I got some education when it comes to technical analysis, and during this education we always used TradingView, and you can uh, yeah, play around a lot in the charts. I mean, I'm not using a lot, so I'm not using any indicators at all, and I'm just going with the market structure more or less, and have my buy zones for the people to show.
Well, I always use Staker app, and then you tell me, bro, Staker app is not the best thing to use. Why are you using Trading View specifically?
Yeah, I mean, Staker app I don't have on the bigger screen, so the smaller screen of the phone does not make it beneficial, and I don't like the layout with red and green candles. I just go with white and black.
All right, I see. I thought it is because of the liquidity pool, because in Staker app we have the version 2, right?
Yes, but also in the Staker app chart, if you click on the top left, you can uh, change it to the big pool
Yeah, but
chart.
anyways, who wants to do that on
So
the phone? I think when we do the stream, it's perfectly that you do it on Telegram, on TradingView. But you only have two things here drawn in, right? It is a zone where you expect Hex to hold, and people are asking
mhm.
how low can Hex actually go. So, Patrick, what does this zone mean? And maybe you can explain a little bit more.
Yeah, so this zone is already existing like since 2 weeks. At first, we had here this upwards trend going great, broke here, uh, got like another upwards trend from those lows. First, it holded, then it broke again. So we made this zone here. Why did we make this zone here? Because it's sometimes likely to happen that charts reach their last all-time high as a retest, and the last all-time high we had here during the sacrifice phase, nearly the 20-cent mark. I also have like one support line here, but it's not a big support, and it already broke down yesterday and today. So what can we expect? We can I think we can expect that Hex either holds from where it is right now, because a year ago it was also a lot of people thought that Hex will go under zero point 0.2 of a penny, and it never came under zero point 0.2 of a penny. And right now a lot of people are thinking, Hex will definitely go under 20 cents, so it might not go under 20 cents. And if you are having your average or your rebuys in this zone, you shouldn't I cannot like push it out, for the message, because I don't give it financial advice here, just ideas. But if you started to buy into Hex after uh, 58% of the last all-time high, it was always
A good deal.
beneficial and always a good deal, and you never waited long for being in the profit zone again.
I can tell you, I bought a lot of tops and hacks, but after a while they just became lows pretty much. So what I would advise is to dollar cost average in your hex position, and sometimes this takes months. Like it took it a half a year for me. A lot of people that I'm talking with, they're thinking they're just gonna buy in once and then they're done. Well, if you do such a thing, that then you might buy a top, and then it does not feel good when it goes down. You
Yeah,
want to
because
have
those
some dry powder so
and
you
those
can still
people
buy in.
always like they like to go with the flow, but the flow always comes on tops, because on tops everybody is like screaming, yeah, nice, because people who are already in are just celebrating their gains, and this celebration always leads to FOMO of other people, and then when it dips, everybody or all those new people think, okay, I made a bad decision or something like that. But no, it's just the way how the market behaves, the way how it works. We just showed you how often the hex price already made such dips, and yeah, as it looks like it's just a retest of the last all-time high. Here in this last all-time high, it was because of hex whales who pumped the price, so they might only want to see it go down into their buying zone again. So history told us that the hex price never stayed long between 50 to 70% down of a last recent all-time high. So it might be that it's also this time now the dip, and we go up to new all-time highs.
Well, that will be really exciting to see. At what exact price are we now, Patrick?
21
Because
cents.
it's so small and far away from me that I can almost not see it. Anyways, we have Daniel Polke in the chat. We also have Hexagon 720. He is so cool, man. This OG, we met him like 2 cities ago, right? And everything was already done. And Hex 720 called us up and said, "Hey guys, I missed the flight. I still want to meet you." And then we had like an hour-long talk and we're sitting around the fire. Such a cool experience.
Yeah.
Again, this is why we do it, because we love to hang out with Hexicans and just discuss Hex all day. Well, Patrick, so this is the price now. This is the zone you were explaining. Like the other one was saying, like Bitcoin can go up and down. Where do we go from here in Hex? You already showed us how far we dipped. What would be the lowest point of your zone?
The lowest point of my zone would be 17 cents.
17 cents. And how many percentage from the top would that be?
About oops, 67, 66.
66% dip. This is what we could reach. But as you said, a lot of people are sometimes waiting for the dip, not buying, and then the price just goes up. So, guys, make sure to just dollar cross average in and always buy when other people are scared. So, when you see red candles, you want to buy. This is what I learned so far in my 2 year crypto experience.
Yeah, so it's definitely not a bad price right now.
So, what else is going on, guys? If you have questions, please ask them in the chat. Right now, I also want to stress that we need your help with what we are doing, right? The workshops, they are great. We love doing them, and they are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The last one, the biggest turnout so far, we talked about that already, but now we need your help. We need your help in order to scale what we are doing. So please come to the workshops, bring your friends and family, and then when you get merch from us, also distribute that merch to other people. But even more important maybe is to go to our YouTube and Crypto Sparbook YouTube channel and like and subscribe, because this is what we need in order to make other people find our channel and see what we are doing.
Yeah, because the reason why not everybody in the world is using Hex is just because barely anybody knows about it. And it's just that we need to spread the information. We don't need to sell anything here. If somebody doesn't want to get into Hex, nobody needs to get into Hex. Nobody get judged of not buying into. Maybe later some people get judged by not buying into because they shit talked it, but besides that, we are not here for selling anything. Just spread the information, just tell you how the code works and how the market behaved in the future. And nobody knows uh, behaved in the past, and nobody knows the future, but we try to give you a good idea.
You know what? I love what Finn Bear is saying, because we talk about crypto here on this channel, but I also love to get those questions from people about what we are doing. So Finn Bear is saying, okay, I got to ask. Mehdi went to Ukraine and met a girl. Have you guys not been lucky in the States? Question mark. I think it is going really, really good with us and what we are doing, and we cannot concentrate on girls at all right now. And it's so funny. We're working from morning to night. All we have in mind is just hex, 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 and meeting
And
the
some
Hexicans
some
people
polls in between.
and some pulls in between. And the problem is that we have such a tight schedule. There's just no time to go out and to have dates and stuff like that, you know. So this is what we're doing. We're doing a full power tour here in America. And when that is done, I guess the girls are coming by themselves then.
Or you just bring them to the workshops, because there we are definitely.
So Boomerang is asking a really good question as well. Why don't other exchanges carry hex for direct purchases?
I mean, there are centralized exchanges who where Hex is listed, so you can also go on Bitmart or HitBTC and get your send your Bitcoin there, exchange it for Hex, send your stable coins there, exchange it for Hex, and then you need to pay one Ethereum transaction fee in order to get it to your own wallet.
Well, and also Martin Exel is saying, my wife's sister lives in Miami.
I mean,
I
there is.
on
Sorry, I to break you. There is another option as well. you can also go to matcha.xyz and place a limit order. But only do that with higher volumes, because low volume transactions won't get executed even if the price reaches your bewished level.
And this is because the arbitrage bot needs to make some money too, right? So
Yeah.
only if you have a higher volume, this turns out to be good. So Martin is saying that his wife's sister lives in Miami, and you know what? I think he is already trying to um,
Come to Miami.
come to Miami. Yeah.
Perfect.
So this is awesome. Thanks for your support.
Miami will definitely be huge as well. So uh generally speaking, I guess the because in Florida we have 3 stops. We have Orlando, Miami, and Tampa, and I guess all the 3 Florida stops will be great, as well as Texas. So there are already a lot of people working behind us to create good experiences in the Texas city. There we are in Houston, in Dallas, in San Antonio, and in Austin.
Oh, here, Black Bauer. He probably was at our workshop yesterday, and he's saying any solution for the Staker app wallet purchase issue on Android during the workshop last night.
Yes, the thing is that the free wallet creation only works until 100 Gwei, and sorry, but the Ethereum network fees won't come down. Usually they come down on the weekends, and I'm having them open all the time when I stream as well, and like I look a lot on the Ethereum stream fees, and they don't want to get under 100 Gwei. So it's the redeem codes, they work, but the smart wallet creation can only take place when the gas fees are under 100 Gwei. Otherwise it would just destroy the business model, because also the staker app team has no unlimited financial resources to create free wallets.
So the next question here comes from Jerry Oaksmith. So what happens to my PHEX if I have a stake end after the snapshot but before the pulse launch? There's a penalty that starts 2 weeks after the stake ends.
There is a misconception that people think there are two things, fork and snapshot. Actually, there is only one fork happening. Um, and when you end your stake one day before the fork, then you just get copied liquid hex. And if you don't end the stake and just wait until the fork is done, you can end it after the fork on the Ethereum chain, and the stake will still be active on the Pulse chain. And there is no there. So the time between fork and you can transact on the Pulse chain is just a day or two. So this is like not a huge time frame in between.
And then if you have your stake on the Ethereum chain, it will be just copied over. You will have it on the Pulse chain as well. The only thing that you need to do in your MetaMask, for example, is to change the setting. With Staker app, it is really easy to do. You will probably have it right there as well. So I'm really excited for the version 2 of the Staker app to come out.
Yes, me too.
So what else do we have? Hex Monkey, Hex Chat can elaborate details. Oh yeah, well was just an answer. If you have any more questions, then please ask them now. We're just gonna be on live stream for 12 more minutes, so please bring all your questions. And while we're talking about that, guys, remember to like and subscribe to the stream here. Also hit the bell because we are a little bit irregular here because we are on the road. We cannot have a schedule with the time where we always come on, right?
Yeah, and what I also wanted to mention is like the next few stops we already said here in Indianapolis, in Columbus. After that, we are in Cleveland. After that, we are going to renew our tourist visas, where I will fly back to Germany because they have a German meetup there as well, and I will join them for a couple of days and then come back to America. A lot of flying miles as well for me. And after that, we have the Albany meetup, where two Hexicans are already doing a great job of spreading the word there. After that, there is Boston. Looking forward to meet Kareem, Hex Stream account. And after that, we have New York. And with New York, we still need to do some planning. Actually, like today, after this stream, we will wrap our heads together and get the things ready for New York, because in this state we run into some harsher restrictions. So we need to uh, find a good solution for that. And please be patient. New York flyer is will be there as soon as we know the location.
And I just want to use that chance here to show you again what we are doing in the next couple of days. So in 2 or 3 days, November 2nd, we have
Yeah, on Tuesday next week.
on Tuesday next week, we have this Indianapolis meetup. So please, guys, if you want to come to this meetup, it would be best practice to just go to our Telegram group. I will just put the name of our Telegram group, the US Road Trip, in our chat here, and then you can join. And when you join our Telegram chat, you can start planning for the meetup or also for the workshop in Columbus. A lot of things are going on, and you can make it happen, guys. Just bring your friends and family, inform everybody. Maybe you can put out flyers to make this event even bigger. So we are depending on your help. So I will just put in the Telegram group in the chat. There it is. So guys, please
Yes. And
join that
if you
chat.
go on t.me US road trip and then you go on comment, you will get forwarded to the US road trip chat. And some Telegram settings are like a bit weird. So if you don't find it, then you can just find it right away by putting the word chat after the link we just posted.
Yeah, and also you can use the search function. For example, what I like to do is I put in the name Columbus into the chat, and then I see who is talking about Columbus, and you can already meet up with other Hexicans to make something happen. So let's see, when does Columbus going on? The
Columbus
Columbus
is
gonna
next
be
weekend.
November 6th, and there we start the workshop at 2 o'clock with a social hour and 3 o'clock about with the workshop. So guys, please bring your friends and family. This is so important in order so we can scale this what we are doing here. And besides that, I think we are pretty much discussed whatever we wanted to do. Do you have something else that you want to talk about with the chat?
Um, I don't know yet. No, actually, thanks guys for being such a cool community. Still, even if the hex price dipped right now, I know a lot of new people are like a bit more skeptical right now. But why is that? And that is mostly because most of the newer people didn't stake yet. They didn't experience like how to get staking rewards and how to just chill during a dip, because you still receive more and more hex each and every day. And as I told before, after the drawdown, when the price reaches your entry level again, you have more value than before because you added more hex during the whole time.
It is so easy. Here, look at the marker value 23. He's saying, I would cancel Ohio trip unless you like speeding tickets. I tell you, I got a lot of speeding tickets already, and now I'm on my best behavior. I don't want any more speeding tickets, so I will just drive really, really slow, and then I should be okay even in Ohio. Patrick, another question that I see here is, what do you think is going to be the opening price of Pulse when it comes out? How many zeros do we going to see?
I mean, I already put it out my prediction out of my ass, and I said like 3 zeros and a 7
Three
because I
zeros and a
like the
seven.
lucky number 7.
Isn't that pretty much the lowest point of Hex 2, or was it in Hex 4 zeros?
It was 4 zeros and 55.
Yeah. 55, it was the lowest?
4 zeros and then 55. Yeah.
Nice. All right. So you guys, please ask some more questions. We have 5 more minutes in that stream. So Das Baum, a German colleague from us in the Telegram chat, is saying Hex Daily Stats has now current stakes, new stakers, average staking length. This is so
Yeah.
exciting.
Should
Like,
we have a look at it?
yeah, please let's open up
Yeah, yeah.
Hex Daily Stats.
Give me 2 more seconds.
And what Das Baum is mentioning here in the last sentence is, wait, give me a second. There it is. It
Yes.
is the average staking length. And this is the most important number for me personally because I staked my hex in order so I'm exactly the staker class or maybe even a little bit ahead of the staker class. So my average staking length is 6 years. And in order to get the average interest of 40%, you need to be at 5.75 years of average staking length.
5.76.
So it is going up and up and up. So people are staking more and
Yeah,
longer.
but let's show a little bit of Hex Daily Stats. So when you open up the site, first here you see live data. So this is the live Hex price. This is a live T-share price in the form of US dollars, which is only a calculation of those 19,115 times the 21 cents. The T-share rate, which is only going up because nobody can cheat the system. Nobody can get more shares than before by restaking everything for the same amount of time. We see the estimated payout per T share. We see how much penalties it was today and the liquidity in Hex. And down there, you can show like how much rows and so on. I don't click now because then the site would refresh. So you see all the past days and what happened in each and every day. You see like the price change. You see the ROI multiplier from the all-time low and T-share price, T-share rate, increase in T-share rate. So it's also interesting here. There was old old high stake, I think so, who moved up the share rate more than usual, like 35 points in a day. And that's why on the day before yesterday and yesterday, we did not get an increase in the share rate. It was 19,144. Today, we had already a new end stake who moved the share rate up for 5.99 points, as it looks like.
So, Patrick, the last thing that you want to do on Hex Daily Stats, das Baum is saying lion, click on charts button. So you just scroll up and there on the
And
left you
then
see
we
charts.
click on the charts button. Oh, I missed the chart button actually. Okay, cool. Thanks, das war.
Thanks for that. So what else do we see here? So
Yeah,
what
I
somebody
was.
was
So here we have the hex price. That's the hex price. Then here, that's the T share price. Okay. Then we have current stakers. I like that one. I like that one. So current stakers, the number of active stakers, you see that just recently, here was the sacrifice phase, right? It was only crushed 40,000 during the sacrifice phase, and now we are like at near 70,000. What I know, really, right? Yeah, it's like barely 70,000. And what it tells, like me, is that a lot of new people came in the last run up. It's always the same. People don't want to buy cheap things; they want to buy expensive things. And now we would be at the dip. Now everybody who bought high has the opportunity to get a better average. And what do we have here? New stakers, active new stakers. That's nice. We got like a lot of active new stakers before the big payday. That's true, and then
but
back down.
do you
Uh,
think something like
So
this
yeah.
can happen before the fork as well? Because the next question would be, Patrick, do we get an announcement from Richard Hart when the fork really happens or not? Will it just come out? What do you think?
I think there will be an announcement, but it might not be an announcement of a special block number that like this block number will be the fork. It might be that he says, okay, between Monday and Wednesday there will be the fork.
Hex Monkey is saying no boomerang. There will be no telling in the front of it, but it will just come out. Richard has been clear about that. It will
Where
come
has
out
he been
any
clear about
time soon.
that?
Well, I don't know if being clear about it is the
Yeah.
word here, but I think I heard him saying something like that too. Because giving an announcement in advance just means people can now start trading, buying in and out, and you do not want that. On the other hand, though, if you do not give an announcement, then where's the hype, right? But I
That's true,
guess
yeah.
Richard has a lot of time in the market already. He knows exactly what to do. So I'm excited no matter what. If he does announce it, great. If he doesn't, great too for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care so much, but I don't think that it will be unnoticed, that it will just start. I don't expect it.
Yeah, me neither. I think we like to have a hype, and in order to get a hype, we first need an announcement of something, right? This is how crypto works. Buy the rumors, sell the news event, pretty much. But we want to have the price
Yeah.
rise.
And great updates here at HEX Daily Stats. Thanks, Das Baum, for pointing that out to me. And I assume I need to thank Togos as well, because I think that he programmed all that stuff in the background. So shout out to him as well. And thanks for putting the charts together on the side.
Well, I also like to follow Hex Daily Stats on Twitter because I'm a
Yeah.
lot
And
of time
I
on
missed
Twitter.
somebody, because like the initiator of Hex Daily Stats was Ryan Lopez, who put it down manually, a Excel chart in the beginning, and then developers came to him and came together, and now they put it together, this awesome community site.
So, Pedro, can you zoom in a little bit so the people can see the T-share price a little bit better? It is about 4,000 USD right now in order to get one T-share. Well, this fluctuates a lot because of the price. But what I would like to talk about is that I like to follow Hex Daily Stats on Twitter, and often they tweet out what is the T-share price. And personally like it a lot when they do not talk about T-shares but B-shares. I mean, look at it. A T-share is about $4,000, which is a lot of money.
Yeah, a
Back
B
then, I
share
could
would
have
only be $4, right?
exactly. I could have never afford one T-shirt back then. If it was shown to me like that, I would be a little bit scared. But if it would just show a B share costs $4, then
And like that
here now
the
I can calculate.
and the B share rate of 19 hex.
Yeah, 19x. That sounds relatable. And this is what they do. In the Twitter, they sometimes show the T share price, and sometimes they talk about the B share price. And I personally just like the B share price a little bit more than the T share price. Just my personal opinion.
Yeah, so guys, if you want to take the feedback, we can also put maybe in the live data B share price and B share rate as well.
Yeah. So RGS is talking about the announcement of Pulse Chain, if it will come out or not. He is saying
We don't need the screen share anymore,
we
right?
don't need a screen share anymore. We are almost at the end of our stream. I just want to read what RGS is saying because he is totally right. He and he's referring to Richard Hart in this moment is trying to avoid funny business, so it will be without any notifications. That's a good point that he's making there. All right, guys. So I hope you had fun at the stream. We definitely had. It is great to have you all of here. I think the numbers in the chats are awesome. Don't forget to give a like and also subscribe and click the bell, which is really, really important because we are always in different time zones, different times. We are on the road. We do not know when we do the next stream. So all I can say is we will see us in a couple of days when we do the next English stream.
Yeah, so thanks for everybody for being here today with us. Have a nice weekend, good start into the next week. Always keep dollar cost averaging, and it was always beneficial when you start buying Hex after it went down about 50% of the last all-time high. But no financial advice, just my personal ideas. And yeah, take care, guys, and we see us soon. Bye bye.
Bye.